Hey guys, welcome to the patio. It's a sad day around here, and there's a lot of sad news. But the Hamas attack on Israel, if you're not following that, there's bad stuff going on. I haven't felt these emotions I've felt since 9/11 or the day after 9/11. And I'm not even Jewish, so I can't imagine what they're going through. Look, we're going to talk about the Hamas attack on Israel. Coach Prime Effect, we talk about him a lot, but there is such a thing. There's a new heart condition been identified by American Medical Society. RFK Jr. makes it official. Hillary Clinton's officially out of her mind. And there's another Biden in the news, and not for a good reason. I can't believe Jamie hadn't sent me this link today, but I'm going to blow your mind literally. And in the wall,
I love it.
Biden says has another wall problem, and you won't believe it. And it has nothing to do with him finding the funds to cover it. But look, before we get started, Father Fortenberry looking like really big up there. What did I do here? Woo. I am the technical
That's a
guy.
lot of Jamie.
That's a lot of. He looks like swole too. Father Fortenberry, how are you doing this evening?
I am doing well. I have a mixed drink, even though one of our friends got us a little too intoxicated yesterday. We survived, and I'm going to try it again.
Not only did we survive, he got us booted off TikTok. There's a reason we're not live on TikTok. If you're joining us on YouTube, there's a reason we're not live on TikTok. We got banned, and really not sure why. We're going to take a guess at it here shortly.
You look, Hago's still upset. Look at him.
He wasn't there.
So mad.
That's why he's mad then. He did get drunk.
Gary, how are you doing this fine? Look at Gary. He got the guns out, getting back. Him, Marty just got back from the beach.
Y'all didn't know there was a storm in here with lightning and thunder. Okay.
All right, next.
We're sending you to Gaza Strip.
But I'm doing okay today. I was not feeling well the last couple of days, I guess, from our trip and all the craziness with the baby in the back for the last
Vacations.
It's tough. It is. And then today I was like, you know what? I felt bad all day. I took a nice cold bath, and I even put ice in the bath with me.
Shocked it.
I had to shock
they make
the
these
system.
little mints that'll take care of that. Them hymns, I think they're called. They keep coming up in my feed.
Yeah, that's not for a cold bath,
for something
though.
else, though.
That's not Marty.
That'll make
Marty.
something else spike up, you know.
Hey, Marty, what's going on, Marty?
I'm doing good, just recovering from Sunday Night Live.
Sunday Night Live.
Make it
Boy, that was Sunday Night Live was rough.
It was rough.
sounds like a
That's because
football
y'all know how
event.
to act, man. We were live for about 3 or 4 hours, had over 200 viewers at one time. It was a great experience.
Yeah, we was up to like 260 viewers, which for us is a lot.
I'm on the wrong button.
Well, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, I'm having trouble hitting the keys today.
It was a good live until it wasn't.
Until there was none.
Till it was feed was shut.
We're not really sure why. Well, look, we made a horrible comment, a good comment about Hamas and what they've done to Israel, and we think that may have led us to get banned from TikTok. We don't really know why else. We hadn't been banned since what, July?
It's been a while.
Yeah, we were the good boys.
And they won't tell you why. All I know is our appeal was overturned.
Well, it says it's over hateful and racist comments, but that
Could be mean anything.
I appreciate just the vote of confidence.
Y'all said stuff about gay people.
We
really.
just say nothing insulting. Just we exist. We acknowledge they exist. I mean,
They do exist.
All right,
They
well,
do
let's
exist.
jump right in. Look, some of the craziest news happened over the weekend. Hamas, the terrorist organization, that probably just got banned off YouTube too. But I hope not. 'Cause
that's a
that was
bonus
YouTube we were just watching earlier with Benshapiro, and I got to tell you, if you want to see what really occurred, go watch today's episode of Benshapiro show. It's one of the most emotional things I've watched in a long time. Jamie couldn't even watch it. And it's very graphic. Hamas shared these videos of what they did to those people. And we're not talking about soldiers. We're not talking about what they did to soldiers. We're talking about what they did to women and children primarily.
Israeli people, Germans, Americans.
Yeah, I mean,
There's like 100 Americans or something that have been killed by this.
And it wasn't just people getting killed, was it? It was a lot more than that.
no, I mean, how
Kidnapping. They kidnapped
yeah.
over 100 and something women.
Kidnapped.
Yeah.
They desecrated bodies.
Yes, they.
Think of a pack of hyenas were to come into the neighborhood and just start a feeding frenzy. That's what it was like. They were going into people's home, killing people in their home.
At least hyenas will kill you, but they sort of torture them before they kill
You
them.
know, hyenas give birth through a penis.
No, I did not know that.
I'm sorry, I had to throw that out there. Female penises are
A female has a
What kind of transsexual LGBTQI
female hyenas have a pseudo penis that they use to give birth through.
Is it like a high penis?
I don't know. It's a penis.
Okay.
I'm
Sometimes they
you
die.
guys check it out. It's not a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, sometimes they
but-
die during birth, but
So-
that made me think about it. We get back to Hamas.
So it's like passing a stone, huh? When they have a kid.
But I got to tell you guys, look, it's terrible what occurred. I'm telling you, it's terrible. But seriously, go watch Benshapiro Day. It's on YouTube. You can check it out. Long as it's still up. There's some very troubling videos. But Israel said, y'all, stand back and watch this. Because they're one of the most formidable fighting forces in the Middle East. And today they just launched an all-out attack on the Gaza.
well, don't they have that Iron Dome or whatever? That thing's impressive.
Well, there's rumors that there was a way to get around found a way around the Iron Dome.
Oh, isn't that what it's called though?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
they
it is Iron
apparently, they also have a fence, a wall, that if ladders or something lean against it, it detects it. Well, they hacked in, overcome that protective layer, and then was able to blow holes in the wall, like 80-something holes, and came in. They came in like something off of G.I. Joe. They were in those paratrooper.
Yeah, they hang glide in. They came in on John boats for the better part of it. John boat. I mean, it was an all out attack on children, women.
It was planned. It was obviously planned. It
So
wasn't.
how would you expect Americans to respond to this news?
I know how they have responded because I've seen the news from Chicago.
I bet these guys don't. I bet Marty and Gary haven't heard.
I've not got any of like how
So
we're
how would you
responding.
expect to find out that a terrorist organization or someone came in and killed innocent women and children? How do you think your government representative? How do you think they would respond? Well, how should they respond?
They respond with force, is what I would think. Obviously,
The government or the citizens?
the government should.
How about
respond with force?
condemning Israel for being there in the first place?
That would be not what I would expect.
The squad.
Well,
They tried to make it sound like they were, it's terrible to happen. But if Israel hadn't done what they did, or if we hadn't been supporting Israel, the U.S. hadn't been supporting Israel, this probably never would have happened. Well, it's probably true, but you're condemning a people for basically being alive.
Yeah,
You're anyone who actively supports the attack supports rapists and murderers of children.
murderers,
no way
kidnappers, and all that.
There were
If you're pro Hamas, you're pro rape.
all around the U.S. and especially in major cities, there were Palestinian supporters out protesting, celebrating in full force
Yep.
because of what occurred there. Because Israel, from their standpoint,
So let's back this up
roach.
just a hair. Just people may say like this is war. This is what war looks like. Is Russia doing that to Ukraine?
I don't know. I've seen. More,
I don't believe
I haven't
so.
seen anything
I've
like
seen more-
that.
I've seen more footage on this in the last
I agree.
36 hours than I have anything.
That's concerning. Why would you think that is why?
Because it's a civilized war, maybe. I mean, look, there are innocent people dying in Ukraine.
There are.
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't think they're desecrating bodies like that. That's a different thing.
They're definitely not posting it on social media
No.
or on the internet if they do.
Look, war is hell. We all get it. Mm-hmm. But show me the receipts of Russia doing this to Ukraine citizens. Am I saying it's happening? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
But they're not. And the media is doing everything they can to do a pro Ukraine. So if they had footage of this, they would show it.
They would show it.
So, what do we know right now? This is the same subject, but it's going to sound like I'm talking about something totally different. Higher education, especially Ivy League schools, right? What do we know about these areas?
We know generally now they're liberal farms.
They're breeding
Yep.
liberal ideology, anti-American, anti-Christian, right? If you're a Christian now at one of these Ivy Leagues, you are the chastised.
Yep.
You're not allowed to pray in public. Nope. They're creating safe zones that are free of prayer. Look, I'm sure you now, I want as much prayer as we can get. They need as much prayer in Israel. Coalition of 31 Harvard organizations, including Amnesty International, attribute the blame for Israel for their brutal attack that resulted in death of at least 700 people. It's up to 1,000 now. They're blaming Israel for these attacks. They're accusing the apartheid and colonial retaliation of forcing the Palestinians to live in an apartheid state. And that the Israeli violence has shaped every aspect of their existence for 75 years. Now, here's the real controversial part. Text mentions Harvard emeritus professor Lawrence Tribe's controversial remark implying that check this out, the Hamas attack was a distraction from Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption. That this man who sits in an ivory tower, literally an ivory tower,
Made of elephant,
Ivory.
Made of
tusks.
ivory.
is going to suggest that this man allowed those people into his country to cover up his corruption.
So there is a crazy conspiracy going around. So because we cover all the news, there is a conspiracy going around that Hamas received weapons and money from Iran.
We just gave him $6 billion.
Yep.
Yep.
Iran received information on how to go around the system from Russia that Russia received from Donald Trump.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe the. I mean,
I don't
don't
either.
believe that
I
part
don't
of
either.
it. Either. But I do believe that I do believe America gave Iran money, and that money somehow
Well, we
ended
gave
up
him
in
six.
terrorists.
We gave him
We
$6 billion.
released. Be careful, Gary. Because Gary and Jamie and I were watching this just before we went on there.
We were released.
They released $6 billion, billion with a B,
Billion.
dollars to the Iranian.
But that's on top of didn't Obama give them $5 billion for
Yep,
the
there was some
nuclear
other-
the nuclear deals?
And there's apparently, it's almost become fact based on his New York Times article, even that the Iranians approved this attack. They basically got together, they have their little conference and approved this attack. Now they're calling for the Hamas leaders are calling for it's the Iranian leaders are calling for the IOC, the International Organization of Muslim Coalition, or something crazy like that. They've got to support Hamas. They want. Is this the war we've been waiting on? Is this really how World War III starts?
I don't know.
Is it really?
But I mean,
We have an aircraft carrier right now we sent into that region.
what's the
I want to talk about that a little bit later too.
what's to prevent this type of attack to occur in America right now?
Nothing.
Okay.
And considering that our southern border has been flooded with fighting age men,
Yes.
over the last 3 years,
And not from South America or Mexico.
nope.
Anthony Blinken, our Secretary of State, denies having evidence that Iran was directly involved. Come on now, Iran is the most powerful country in that region. They have access to more than anyone, and they're the most controlling. They're pulling all the strings. Pulling all the strings. This is absurd.
It's like
There's a rumor floating around too that the aircraft carrier is being escorted by. Well, I guess not escorted because it didn't have capabilities to fly like that, but that it's attached with some A-10s. And if they're going to send A-10s into the area, they are fixing to do some massive damage.
So the U.S. has deployed the USS Gerald Ford to the region.
Terrible president. Good ship though.
Hell of a boat.
The article I'm reading comes to us from the Daily Mail. It's has enough firepower to rival entire nations. It's the world's largest warship. The fleet of destroyers, guided missile cruisers, and fighter jets will also form part of the mission by Carrier Strike Group 12 and a major show of force by the U.S. So we're moving this force to the region. Do the Israelis even need it right now?
So no. Israel could turn Palestine into a sheet of glass if they wanted to. They have the capabilities. They are, for their size, they are the most potent military in the world. We also have, I believe, 17 Americans that are being held captive right now. We've had countless Americans murdered and raped.
and there's also children captured, from my understanding.
So America has a reason to be in the area.
Yeah. And they're also using these these individuals who have been kidnapped as shields, from my understanding. Shields.
Yeah, which is a war crime.
That's a war crime.
But I guess you've got to be a legitimate warrior before it can be held as a war crime. Why do we continue to overlook these countries? I mean, look, Afghanistan, we left them with all of this equipment. I've heard rumor. If you look, they have M4A1s or M4 whatever it's called. The videos I saw, they had American weapons.
Yeah.
Where do you think they come from?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan. Because we left them. We just said here, you got it. Taliban, take this, right? The Taliban, there was just a huge earthquake in Afghanistan, and the freaking article I read said the Taliban request help. The Taliban that blew up the World Trade Center is in control of Afghanistan. There are a recognized government figure. Guys, we're going to have to move on to something else because I'm getting so angry. So damn angry just talking about this.
So I'd like to point out one thing, though. This and I'm not saying every time, but a lot of this is what happens when you when you remove Saddam Hussein from power, you leave a vacuum, and it causes unstable environments.
You get some evil people at the top of that environment.
I mean, you take one devil and replace him with multiple devils you don't know.
Yeah.
So the Gerald Ford, along with several other ships, are in the area, but Israel's military is pretty mighty. They have over 300 tanks, 600 warplanes, 173,000 active troops. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you live in Israel, you have to serve in the military. It's part of your requirement.
Yeah.
And then until the age of 45, you're on like reserve duty.
Oh yeah.
They keep
There are
firearms at their home.
300,000 people around the globe headed to Israel to fight for their country. Now, how many Americans would come back home to fight?
We'd
for
have
the
3
United
million leaving.
States? Yeah, exactly. Or we'd have to fight 3 million additional Americans just to have war. I mean,
But doesn't that sort of like, I mean, this is sort of goes back to, I bet you that's why a lot of Israeli people love their country, because they serve their country.
and it's because they're taught to
They're
love
taught
their
to-
country. They leave their country, they still love their country because it's not just a country; it's their way of life. It is their faith, their beliefs, in what Israel stands for. Israel is not just guys. Israel's not just another country.
No.
It's not.
Well,
I mean, could you see America doing that, or America getting rid of the selective services? That what's called where you sign up when you're 18.
yeah,
Yeah,
the draft.
We have
The draft. I know.
Look, I'm all for,
60 years.
especially since I'm too old, but I'm all for everybody serving time in the military.
Of some sort, yeah.
You think about, so let's say how would it go? You graduate high school, then you go to military for 2 years, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to war.
No, that don't mean
they
you're
learn
going
a
to
trade. That's what typically
You learn a
happens.
trade?
You learn a trade, but it teaches you responsibility, accountability, all of the things that we right now are missing in the United States. And I don't have a problem with it either.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. But you know what? We'd be the minority when it comes to that.
Yeah.
All right. Dang, we've been on this for 20 minutes. That's about the longest we've had. All right. Hey, another political. Hey. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., one of Jamie's favorite candidates,
I like him.
declared today, it was hidden in the news. Maybe this is all a front to keep us from hearing about this. RFK Jr. declares himself an independent presidential candidate.
Good for him.
He stated he feels saddened to leave the Democratic Party, but felt he had no other choice.
Democratic Party left him.
They did.
It's left a lot of people.
Yep.
The
But
Democratic.
you know what this means? He will probably have enough to qualify for the presidential.
And you know whose votes he's going to be pulling? From Biden.
I'm
he'll
not
pull-
so
I think
sure.
he'll pull
There
both.
are
He'll
some
be pull
polls.
both, but
There
he's
are
gonna pull
polls. There are polls that indicate it may also be.
I
a burden
think if there's a
to,
reason that Trump cannot run,
Trump.
I think if Trump cannot run, I think he will pull massive amounts of Republicans.
He will. Yes. If Trump cannot
If
run,
Trump runs, he will pull more heavily from the Democrats.
yeah, he will. If Trump won't, yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
So, in what circumstance do you think Trump doesn't run?
He in prison.
I mean, let's be honest. He has legal issues, and I mean, we can think he's innocent or not, but those legal issues are still there.
They're there.
I mean, it's not going to be us on the jury.
Now it's helped him in the polls. It really has all these
It
legal
has,
issues. But if he's actually where he can't be president, like they don't put him on the ballots.
I'm going to read some things that Kennedy has said. He criticized the current political system as hopelessly corrupt. Who does that sound like?
Trump.
And expresses dissatisfaction with both major parties, highlighting ways in which they have failed to uphold American foundation
That
values.
sounds like me.
He calls for a new declaration of independence from corporate influence. That sounds like Vivek or Trump.
Yeah.
I love Vivek.
Wall Street, big tech, big pharma, agribusiness, military contractors, and what he terms the mercenary media. He urges Americans to declare independence from powerful entities such as corporations, Wall Street and big tech pharma. Look, I've been listening to a lot of RFK.
I mean,
He got some interesting ideas.
There's some views that he's weak on the Second Amendment. I don't like that. But Trump is weak on the Second Amendment.
Yeah. and a lot of people see Trump as weak as on abortion from a pro-life standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're way more pro-life than I am.
I am way more pro-life than you guys, but from a hardcore pro-lifer, Trump is weak on that part. But I do understand where Trump's coming from. He's trying to make some type of agreement, some type of compromise, something better than what it is
Things
now.
in life are not black and white.
They're not.
They want us to believe that everything's black and white or black and brown or white and brown, but they're really not. Life is a lot of gray decisions, and you make the best one with the information you have. And the way you feel when you're 25 may differ than the way you feel when you're 50.
Yep.
And that's because we supposedly get smarter with age, but then we peak about 49, where I'm at right now. And then we start to go down when you get to like, how old's Biden? Too damn old. Let's just say too damn old.
Almost, he's 80, right?
Look, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. What I'm going to tell you the strange thing. I heard this morning. I can't remember where. I listened to so much stuff. Supposedly, Donald Trump is fearful of being poisoned. He's like using little ketchup containers just because he's afraid of being poisoned. RF Kennedy Jr. has multiple times said he is fearful of assassination.
Yep.
Now, he has some history to show that in his family.
I mean, it is hereditary.
But are we really in this state, in the United States, where our political figures are fearful of assassination? I mean, we already got character assassinations going on everywhere.
Well, Biden ain't. I mean, in his defense, so he has no idea he's president, so he has no reason to be fearful.
He has no clue.
Yeah, when he said that they support Israel, he thought he was talking about the state of Delaware.
Ignorance is bliss, If you're ignorant,
and he is very blissful.
He's very blissful. But we're already having what assisted suicide.
That's in Canada, right?
No, I mean in Arkansas, in around Miss Clinton, there's assisted suicide.
I think that's unassisted.
Did you say Clinton on purpose? Because I'm headed to that story.
No, maybe I am.
Literally have it pulled up.
Go for it.
So, unless you listen to some of the right-leaning stuff that I listen to, probably Jamie's heard this. Last week, Hillary Clinton proposed re-education camps for MAGA Republican supporters.
She did.
Because what's the word she called MAGA Republican supporters? Deplorable.
Here's what she said during an interview with CNN's Christina Amanpour. Suggests the need for formal deprogramming of supporters of former President Donald Trump, who she refers to as cult members.
Oh.
She expressed concern about what she perceives as extremism within the Republican Party and suggests a strategy to address this perceived issue. If extremism means that we believe that you were born a man or a woman, if extremism means that we believe you should carry a gun, then by God, we're freaking extremists. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Call me what you will, but those are the foundations to what make us Americans. I told you I was on one tonight, and I'm probably going to keep pontificating.
So she's wanting concentration camps is what she's wanting.
Yes, that's exactly what she's wanting.
Isn't China doing that too?
I mean, let's maybe internment camps. That might sound better.
But it's really more about. We've been talking about this for a while. It's more about you must think the way I think.
Yeah, you must.
Do you want to really be in a room where everybody has the same thought?
I have a lot of discussions on social media with hard left, hard right, libertarians, all across the board. And the amount of liberals that get upset because you do not think the way they think is appalling.
It is.
I mean, there's right wingers that think the same thing are similar, but for the most part,
do you really? Are there that many though?
No, it's far less. It's far less.
But they're way louder though.
It's not okay to have it's fine to have a different point of view. I really enjoy talking to people who have a different point of view, man. Right, but I want to understand the thought process. But then you get to a point where they get angry.
Yeah, they go emotions.
It becomes more emotional
than logic.
Homophobic and transphobic.
Because you're digging down into something, and then they have nowhere else to go.
Yes, you're right. They run out of stuff to talk about, and
they start using mean words.
Yes, and like I was having a discussion on the talk the other day, and it was. I wish I could remember exactly what we were discussing.
The
but
talk
on TikTok.
Oh, so we need to talk.
I thought you
just gave me an idea. Oh no, I said live. Okay.
So basically, this guy was pro Biden, pro Democrat, and I challenged him. I said, "I will." He called Republicans hypocrites.
Okay.
And I told him, I said, I will name where the right is a hypocrite if you name where the left is. And his response was, "Well, there's so much that the right does. I mean,
Yeah, they
no, that's your. I will fully admit where the right's a hypocrite at,
they talk fully in generalities.
but because they see nothing wrong in their side.
I see tons wrong on the Republican side, and I can
Yes.
tell you the things I can see wrong.
Yep.
But I can admit that, and I'm all about let's just get rid of right side, left side. Let's just talk.
Be damn Americans. We need.
Let's be Americans.
Party.
We need to stop being
we
Republican
need,
Democrat.
we need a third party.
The
we need-
American Party.
We need no
The
parties.
patio
So,
party.
so one thing we had a big discussion
party
on
of the
TikTok was the electoral college.
Yeah.
And I think that might be where this stemmed from, but like a lot of people want to get rid of the electoral college.
I don't.
Oh, I don't either because it's necessary.
It is
The
necessary.
flyover state or the flyover states will have no control.
No control.
No
So
say.
when the right won with less than the popular vote, actually the left won. It was Bill Clinton's first election when Ross Perot ran against Bush. They won because of the electoral college because Clinton did not receive but 43% of the popular vote.
Yeah.
But because of the Ross Perot effect, Clinton won. So that they weren't calling for ending
No.
the electoral college. But 2016 rolls around, Trump is the flip side. All the electoral college is flawed. Well, it's because we don't all want to be New York or California.
We are too diverse of a country to not have electoral college.
Yeah, we are. And it's I mean,
A popular vote will be controlled by 5 cities:
exactly. And it would be Chicago, New York,
Houston, L.A.
Houston, L.A.,
And
San Diego,
whatever.
maybe. I don't know.
But the point being is we will have no voice.
We will not. And we need a voice because, I mean, we're covering a lot of land mass. We really are.
Well, the popular saying is land doesn't vote. Agreed. But the issue is
But your votes affect my land.
true. But the issue is we have such a different need than people in major cities that
Exactly.
you would never have somebody represent us.
All right, speaking of representatives, I want to get your feedback on this statement. It's just, I'm going to say one sentence. Senate Democrats say they're willing to shut down government to keep Ukraine funding. They're willing to, if Ukraine funding is not included in the, I guess, the budget bills, they're willing to shut down the government until it is.
Shut it down.
Why do you think that is?
Take away from us.
I have two things.
If I were them, I would also want to do anything I could to cover up the money laundering scheme I was doing. That's just me.
And it's war, the military complex. Who do you think are funding these people? Pharmaceuticals,
Yep.
the military, whatever the big military complex.
Until they do something about term limits and the lobbyist and all this, I realize that.
That's where our founding fathers messed up, though, was term limits.
Yeah,
That's where they messed up. That was the one mistake that I just can't get
Well,
by.
they never could. They couldn't foresee.
They couldn't foresee the dumbing down of America either. How could the forefathers had ever seen that we would no longer pledge allegiance in kindergarten, or we would no longer learn the national anthem?
That's really a newer thing, though. That's not
right. They couldn't foresee that.
Yeah, I'm talking about even doing that. We're one of the few countries that pledges allegiance to the flag and all that.
I bet Israel does.
Israel, I bet you China
bet
does.
Germany
Still fewer countries. There's not a lot of them that do it. Or fly the flag.
Hold on. How many countries do you see kneeling for their national anthem at the Olympics? I only know one.
Oh, I'm with you on that. Don't get me wrong.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I'm going to say.
Megan slap, I hope. Oh, I probably got Spain. Anyway, let's see. Where's my next article? Y'all got me off the subject here.
We got you all frustrated.
Let's stay on politics for a minute. There is there's new Biden in the news.
A new Biden.
Like a baby Biden?
Is it a?
Somewhat. Joe Biden's younger brother, Frank.
Oh,
Have y'all heard about this? You heard
Go ahead.
about this?
No, I haven't heard about this.
So a naked selfie of him showed up on a website called Guys with iPhones. It's a gay dating site. And it's a picture of him completely naked. Look, dude fit. I'll give him that. But what in the heck is wrong with these Bidens and keeping their junk put up? Huh? What's wrong with it? But because here's what the worry is. He said his phone must have been hacked. Okay. He admitted that the selfie was real, but he says it must have been hacked because he hasn't signed up for any gay dating site.
Yeah.
Why has he got a problem with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, we just turned it. Why you got a problem with that?
Yeah, you should be proud.
You should be prideful.
Proud. I'll get out of a minute. You should be proud.
There's a naked picture of Hunter. There's a naked picture of Frank.
There's probably some.
There's probably a lot of.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop there.
So, have you guys heard of this site, Guys with iPhone?
That's my browser.
Don't we all have iPhones?
So they describe them. The Guys with iPhones describes itself as powered by a love for hot men who appreciate the finer gadgets in life. Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Finer gadgets.
So it's a bunch of nerds, huh?
Is that what you got out of that? That's not what I got out of that.
They like gadgets.
So the watermark on the photograph.
Just say Inspector Gadget. That thing is something totally different.
Gadget, yeah.
I was thinking of this picture.
Or is it Gadget Inspector?
Both.
So as they look at this photograph, it says it was posted May 23rd, 2018. That's around the same time Hunter Biden was also photographing himself naked at the Chateau Marmont with M&Ms lined up along his junk. I don't know.
Eminem.
about that.
That's how festive. I didn't know there were M&Ms lined up.
Look, either he's got some girth or some good balance.
That's M&Ms. Why M&Ms? Why not Skittles?
Taste the rainbow.
Taste the right. That's you guys.
What?
M&Ms had no saying.
What is wrong with these
Yeah,
people?
they had a
Yeah,
saying.
M&M, yeah, melt in your mouth.
Not in your hand.
Oh, that's why the other Frank was going to the iPhone place because he wanted Skittles, Taste the Rainbow.
Boy, this went south.
Well, if he'd have done if he'd done fruit roll up, fruit by the foot.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That's what she said. I guess that's what he said.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, geez.
Let's talk about Jamie's favorite coach, not named. What's our coach's name? I forget his name even.
Mel Tucker.
No.
Let's talk about Mel Tucker.
All right, let's talk about Mel Tucker. I don't have a story. You're going to have to talk about
All
Mel
right,
Tucker.
so everybody heard about Mel Tucker getting fired.
He's the MSU guy.
We
right?
told
He's
him
the-
about
he's
it.
the MSU.
I
yeah.
gotta tell you what, MSU has way too many scandals.
Well,
There's a
'Cause
lot
they
of
have the
MSU.
well, listen to this one.
All right.
So MSU,
That's Michigan State for you
Yep.
Yeah.
at home.
Mel Tucker, who is the Michigan State, yeah, I'm about getting messed up. Michigan State's head coach. A lady came out and accused him of inappropriate behavior, having unwanted phone sex,
Unwanted phone sexual
which
relations.
should throw red flags right out the gate. So Michigan State fires their coach, who just signed a $95 million contract.
Because he openly admitted that, yes, he was saying these things on the phone.
So they've got proof now that this whole thing was a shakedown.
Due to text she had sent her girlfriend.
Yeah.
No.
Due to text, she sent her girlfriend a bunch of text messages saying, not I'm going to get that money, but basically, hey, he just got $95 million contract. I've only got $5 in my account. I could use some of his money.
So it's
stuff
not
like,
much different than the Trevor Bauer thing.
not much
That's what I was about to say.
But-
There's a lot of that going around.
But
now.
hey, it gets even worse. Her friend that she texted to was in an automobile accident. She went in her dying friend's hospital room,
And
got her phone, and started deleting messages.
how did they see her do that? Or they had it on camera?
So somehow
I'm
Mel
wondering
Tucker's lawyers got a hold of these text messages.
Oh my! But he cannot release those messages to the public though. Like,
They did.
but didn't the court deny it? Like, wouldn't allow them to do it?
I don't know.
I thought they put a gag order.
Gag
on it.
order?
Yeah,
It's released.
it's.
You know what? If you're him, who cares?
Exactly.
Oh no,
lost
he's about to get a lot of money from Michigan State. It sounds like.
I would sue
Wrongful
the
termination.
shit out of Michigan State.
Oh, they're going to.
I'm so tired of these colleges taking scholarships and firing people with zero evidence or
You're
waiting.
guilty until proven innocent.
That's the way it is. And,
They assume guilt.
and I mean, people should be fired for indiscretions and
Yes.
that went against. I'm sure what he was doing, because I think she was an employee of MSU as
Nope.
well. I thought she was
Nope.
doing stuff with MSU
No,
as well.
she was, but she was just a speaker.
was
She
like
came
a
and
speaker.
did
She
a
was
couple of
contract.
speaks.
Okay, so she wasn't like a MSU. She
No.
just had like a
Freelance.
contract, a freelance contract.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought she worked for.
And
MSU.
she was actually hired by the athletic department by Mel Tucker to come in and give a speech to the players.
That was a bad.
Look, we'll continue to monitor the Mel Tucker story, but I was really earlier talking about Coach Prime. So
And I want Mel Tucker at
they're
Arkansas.
calling it the Coach Prime effect. I don't think anybody will be surprised by these numbers. Colorado merch sale rose 1,220% since Coach Prime joined. Out-of-state applications jumped 40% as celebrities continue to sit on Boulder, and Chancellor hails transformational change under Deion Sanders.
I mean,
absolutely.
deservedly so. That's all I'm going to say.
No one had even heard of University of Colorado for the last 20 years until Deion Sanders went there.
Yeah,
and look, I was looking for the game Saturday.
Can you
find it?
When
It
did
was
they
not
win
playing on regional.
a championship? 92?
86 or something, wasn't it? Was it that?
I think it was the 90s.
Can anyone name a player from Colorado over the last 20 years?
Eric Bieniemy, wasn't he from Colorado?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I can name some of the Travis Hunter. I can
Travis
name the
Hunter?
current players.
No, I remember.
Prime Son, whatever it is.
He was there, I believe.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Shiloh Sanders.
There you go.
And Shakur Sanders.
I remember, didn't Colorado play? It was 1990. Didn't
90.
they play
Miami?
See, I thought it was
Let me check my memory.
Notre Dame. Because I remember I thought I remember watching.
I thought you was
game
on the
as a
Google
kid.
machine.
I am on the Google machine.
So he went in there and got rid of a lot of players.
So this is one of my gripes right here. All these people, all these talking heads are on here saying when Prime gets his team, they're going to be a lot different. He has his team.
he did get rid of a lot
They had
of
like a
players.
90% transfer rate.
They did.
He has his team.
I mean, if I was,
Now the next team, the team coming in next year, maybe better.
it'll be better.
But this is his team.
It's mostly his team.
It's like 90% his team.
Yes. Next year will be like 95%.
So I mean, I don't want to hear, when he gets his team, because
Let's just get it. I think Prime.
he's
He's the real deal.
look. Here's what he needs, in my opinion. He needs this season to finish 6-6 and kind of go under the radar, and then start building a program the way he can build it.
He just needs to make a bowl game.
So look, the reason I remember this game, they did play Notre Dame in that. What was it? The Orange Bowl, maybe. The reason I remember it, Rocket Ishmael played for them,
Rocket Ishmael played
Yep.
for them?
and
Notre Dame.
There was
Notre
a
Dame,
punt
okay.
with no time remaining.
Oh, that's right.
Colorado punted. Rocket Ishmael returned it for a touchdown and got called back on some weak ass
I
penalty.
forgot about that.
That they would Notre Dame would have won the game, been national.
Rocket Ishmael also won the Heisman.
This
And
is
then
a
he
bowl
went to
game.
play in the CFL.
This was a bowl game?
Yeah, it was
Championship game.
Colorado made a bowl game? I didn't
The
know.
championship.
They won a
didn't know.
national title.
Yeah.
They ended up sharing it with Georgia Tech. But
didn't know that.
Yeah.
But so like I really think it'd be in the best interest of everybody for some of the hype to die down and let Prime run this program, and because I think he's a good coach.
I think he's a good coach. I think he's a great motivator.
Let me say this: I don't know if he's a good coach or not, but as a head coach, you don't have to be a good coach. You have to have good defense coordinators, good offensive coordinators,
You just got to be a good
leader. You got to be a
leader.
leader.
Good leader. You don't have to be a great coach. That's what your offensive coordinator is. That's what
Yes,
your
exactly.
defensive coordinator is.
And right now, they didn't need a new defensive coordinator
Yeah, they give him too much.
because they could stop water from running uphill.
Arkansas probably scored about 40 on them too.
Boys, I got a couple more stories, but there's one I want to get to. I'm going to save the other one for later in the week, a couple of them, because they're not really time sensitive. But last week, Joe Biden said that he had to continue building the wall, right? He had to continue building it because funds had been sent to build the wall. Anyway, there's another border problem. There's another border crisis. Migrants hospitalized after falling from the border wall has skyrocketed 1,000% under Joe Biden, with over 400 climbers injured in San Diego alone. So the fact he's not patrolling the walls and enforcing it, they're climbing over, falling, and being injured. And then they become more of a burden on our already burdened health care system.
But because they know if they get over here, they're fine. They just got to get over the wall now.
Look, we need like a
gotta treat
trampoline
'em.
on the other side that just bounces them back over.
How much money do they get once they get over? I mean,
$2,200 and a cell phone, probably an iPhone.
I'm going to go on the other side and climb the wall and get
They
over
probably
and get
got
$2,200.
the Guys with iPhones app already built into it. It's probably a terrorist organization.
that's
I bet
right.
the Guys with iPhones app
believe
is
it.
really a terrorist organization. That's how Hamas and all the terrorists are going to group.
So, let me talk, I guess it made me think about what's y'all's browser server, whatever your browser on your phone.
I
use
use whatever.
Safari.
Open. Hold on, let me
Safari.
look. I guess Safari.
I use
don't know.
DuckDuckGo, and
I used to, and I stopped.
I use
Whatever comes with my phone, I don't change it.
Yeah, mine's Safari.
Safari.
Yeah,
I use DuckDuckGo to show your information, so I use them. But
I don't really care.
And I have had instances where I search for something there and then go to DuckDuckGo and I get different results.
yeah, because DuckDuckGo isn't.
I think
It's a lot more open than
I have Safari set where Google's my search engine that I use.
I use Firefox. Isn't that what it was?
I've heard of Firefox.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
I got the DeLorean for that one.
Now, when is the Great Eclipse? You brought it up earlier.
Oh, Saturday.
It's this coming Saturday.
Coming
So
Saturday.
look, Arkansas is in the news because we'll have
A 70% coverage.
That's Saturday night.
It's a solar eclipse, right?
Oh, solar.
Yeah, it's Saturday night, Marty. What you do? Get your glasses. Go stare at the sun. Saturday night.
until the sun goes down. Then follow it on the horizon.
That's what makes it
until
solar.
the sun goes down, and it'll make it. That make it a lunar eclipse, right?
Yes, it's like
Yes.
a
So
lunar.
Saturday at what time, Jamie? You know, we're gonna talk about it again on Wednesday.
Just say I'll go through right quick.
Well, I can Google the machine.
Okay, you Google
Here,
it
I'll
then.
go.
And everyone out there knows they're not supposed to look directly at an eclipse. That's just our. That's keep us from people listening to us and then going blind. We don't want people going blind.
Yeah, we don't want to be responsible.
You know what's even worse is a Lizzo eclipse. Don't look directly at it.
Never.
Never.
It's always eclipse.
Okay, it's a 2023 annular eclipse.
It's
I-
annular,
Annular.
sort of like granular.
Annular.
Annual.
So the last eclipse was 2020 maybe.
Now this is
No,
showing
this-
it out west, Jamie.
No, it's you'll see it everywhere, but we're one of the prime spots.
I believe that's next year.
So
that we're
Prime will be out here
spot.
looking at it with
Uh,
us?
Albuquerque is the number one spot for.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we should be at the 70% range.
There's something
Okay.
in 2024. Cause
Now
there's-
that
yeah.
we're going to be at the heart of. Here we are. We're in the 60 to 70 range. You're right.
When's Haley's Comet coming back? That's what all I need.
You want to ride that thing
I
out?
wanna ride that thing out.
Like the folks wearing Nikes.
Yeah.
Hey, we want to put a flag on Haley's Comet.
That's what
That's a life from the patio flag we put on Haley's Comet.
So last, I think it was 2020, the last one that came through that we saw, and
Oh, I remember that one. I
Yeah.
sat in the backyard. And
yeah. So
stared
like
up
me,
at it.
me and the
during COVID.
me and it was during COVID. Me and MG and the Code kids, we was over at Yaya's. We was laying on the around the pool, just looking
looking.
up the sky. No glasses on us.
I think. That's a good job.
I got some.
we said who can stay the longest.
Maybe we need a T-shirt. Look, we got a merch store. We're going to be open very, very soon. Probably before the end of the week. We got some merch out there.
merch.
We will be live here. Actually, right after this recording, we're going live on our alternate TikTok. It'll be livefromthepatio.live. So you can join us there. We'll be out there for a few minutes on the after show. What else, John? Friday afternoon. You know, it's 40% chance storm.
We are your official hometown showdown podcast.
Actually, we're number 2.
They don't know that.
You know, I want to go interview with that dude, by the way. I'm gonna give him a shout out.
There's a number
if you
one
guys
for that?
know
Yeah.
the guy from the Junto podcast, let him know that Big T and Jamie will come sit and talk to him.
You know, the one
gotta
religious
support each
man to
other.
another. I'll just
I'd like to get his take on Hamas and what occurred. Because I think he's a preacher. Anyway, look, that's it. That's all I got. I'm going to play us out. Any parting words? Let's start with Marty. He's the most vocal here.
See y'all next time. I'm trying to record.
Gary.
Be good to each other.
Change me.
Father Fortenberry.
Hey, tomorrow is the new holiday. It's Real Women's Day. Real Women's Day. October 10th. XX chromosomes.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Look, we got banned from TikTok. We think because we talked about the Hamas. So I hope that's not the case.
We
But
talked about hummus.
anyway, thanks for joining us. Tell your friends about us. Go like us, love us, buy our merch, all of that
I'm
stuff.
living in the clouds and I ain't gonna fall. Somebody done saved this outlaw.